Hello, today I have a little tutorial on my most recent manicure. It's a radial or circular gradient. It was my first time trying it, and a lot of people liked it, so I thought I'd do a little tutorial on what it took to make. It was pretty simple. I used 3 of my own polishes. This is Candy Crunch from our new collection. All 3 of them are from our new Candyland collection. This is Ice Queen, and this is My Green Plum. I'm going to use this homemade swatch stick, which is just a fake nail on a cuticle stick to put on with some putty, because I already have my nails done. I don't want to take it off and redo it, so I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to use this gradient manicure tool. I love this thing. It's double-sided. I've already used this side, so it's double-sided. I typically can get 1 manicure per side, and they come in packs with 5 sponges, so I can typically get 10 manicures per set, and I'm going to be selling these in my shop as long as I have them in stock, so you can check there if you want to pick one up. Or I also offer these as promos. The promo codes are available on my store too. So I take this gradient tool, which is a sponge, but it's not like the makeup sponges. It's really nice. I don't wet it or anything. So you want to pick 3 colors that look good together, but you definitely want something that contrasts in the middle. They should contrast yet go together so that you can tell the separate colors. So I'm just going to start by drawing exactly what I want to put on my nail. So in the center, I want a nice big glob of Candy Crunch, orange bright center. And then I want to make a ring around that using My Green Plum. Okay. And then I want to do the outer ring using Ice Queen. And I'm just going to paint it around. And then all I'm going to do is take the sponge and push my nail into it. Now, you can't see a whole lot here. These are glitter polishes and they're kind of crelly, but we're going to give this 2 more coats and it should be good to go. And also this fake nail is really, really long, so the sponge doesn't quite cover, but my nails are really long here. These are, and the sponge covers just fine, but these fake nails are meant to be cut down, so I don't think it's generally a problem. So I'm going to give it another round. Just going to draw it again. Just going to draw it again. Let's do a circle. And I'm just going to push it in the same spot. Well, now we're looking better. Okay, so let's give it another round. Let's do 1 more. And even with the regular gradient, with thicker polishes, you still need to typically do multiple rounds, especially if you're not doing a base coat. Usually if you do a gradient, you do a base coat, but when I did my testing of my design, I discovered that I liked it better without a base coat. I didn't like the way the colors changed when I added one, so I decided that I was just going to do extra coat instead of a base coat. So there we go. So now, let's see if we can focus on that. You can definitely tell the difference in the colors. You have the green on the outside, the orange in the middle, and the purple on the very outside, and it's really hard to tell. It's so sparkly that my camera's not picking it up well, but you know, here's the finished result. So that's it, 3 coats with this gradient tool, and then you have the circular mani. So then once you let that dry, let that dry a second, I always suggest top coating it to make it smooth. And while we wait for that to dry, I'll show you that I used this Dashica Infinity I can get it up. Big STPG plate. And let's see the designs. I'm gonna get my camera up. They're hard to see. Let's see if we can focus. There we go. It's a beautiful plate. I'm not sure she makes it anymore. And I used this design right here for it. It's got all kinds of designs, and typically with a radial gradient you kind of want something that circles that and highlights that that inner ring of color to give it that pop. So this is probably dry enough now. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to put on a coat of my favorite HK Girl top coat. And I love this top coat. It dries so quickly and it doesn't smear nail art. So we need to just let that dry a minute. You can see the sparkle. And I'm doing all this in real time. I'm not pausing it or anything, so it really is drying that quickly. So for the stamping polish, tried a few different colors, and what I decided that I liked best with it was this Mundo de Ones number 72 mint. These are stamping polishes that you can get from Mexico. They're really great. And I, for the first time, used my GPS stamper. And I've messed up the scraper business card, but it comes with a scraper card, a holder, and a head. It's very squishy. Now it's the same size as my creative stamper. I'll pull that over here. So same size. Sorry, that one's dirty. But it's not nearly as squishy. It's not nearly as squishy, and the top is domed, whereas the top on this one is flat. And kind of, you really have to roll an image to pick up on this one, and this one you do not. Although for both of them I did have to prime the image, and to prime it all I did was lightly buff it with, here, all I did was lightly buff it with this, and then wipe it with pure acetone and lint-free wipe. And I had to do that to the creative too. I mean, sometimes they pick up okay at first, but then you wind up with problems. So a little priming, nothing major, but I really love it. And it's really squishy and it's big, so it's great. Really easy to use. Oops. Oh no. Okay, so see how that's doing. Okay, so I use that stamper. So I'm just going to put some gloves on to protect my manicure before I get into stamping. I think it's still a little bit tacky. I put it on really, really thick. I probably put it on too thick. So if you don't put it on too thick, it dries really, really fast. Let's see, is that still? Yeah, it's still a little tacky. Just blowing it dry a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put my gloves on so I can protect my manicure. And then look over to my plate, which I can't gain focus on very well, and to my image right there. Open my MDU polish. So we'll just look at an image real quick before I put it on. Give it a second more to dry. So here we scrape this, and we go over here and we pick it up. Perfect image pickup from the GPS stamper. And these stampers, to order them, you go to this GPS stamping Facebook page and you contact the person there. They will help you. I ordered mine through a group buy, so I didn't buy it directly. So I clean off plates with non-acetone remover. It doesn't leave the residue that, and lint-free wipes, doesn't leave the residue that acetone leaves, whether it's remover or pure acetone that still leaves the residue. And also, in case you didn't catch that, I'm just going to show you real quick. People always ask, how do you clean off stampers? And I will always say the easiest, very best way to clean off a stamper is with a lint roller. Just like that, all done. Nothing else you need to do. The polish can be completely dried on there and it will still just clean off. Some people use tape, but that's kind of a pain, I think, to hold. The lint roller is perfect for holding, and I rarely ever take a sheet off of there. As you can see, I just keep using it and using it. It lasts a really long time. Okay, so I think we're going to stamp this now. I think it's going to be dry enough now. Yeah, so I put that top coat on too thick. So I'm going to get the image that I was going to use right here. And I'm going to scrape it, pick it up with my stamper, and I'm going to center the circle right over that orange hole. Press it down and voila. If I can get it to focus on it. Right there. I'll move the light. And that's all there is to it. Here's a swatch stick that I did while I was planning out my manicure. So that is all. I top coat it with the HK Girl when it's done. Which another reason I love the HK Girl is that it doesn't smear stamping. So I take my gloves off here, and you know, it's only been, hasn't been a few seconds since we stamped that, right? But this HK Girl should go right on top of it without smearing it at all. So, yep, perfect. Now, ideally, I would let it dry a bit more before I try, but yeah, as you can see, it did not smear it at all. If you can see it, I know it's having trouble focusing, I'm sorry. But it goes on perfect. It dries super fast when you don't put it on way too thick, but it dries super fast. And I highly recommend it for, it doesn't peel or anything like I've seen sachet do. It doesn't peel and doesn't smear the nail art, and dries really fast and just gives a nice glossy finish. So thank you for watching. Please check out my Etsy shop, check out my new line, Candy Lane collection, and these gradient tools that will soon be for sale, or pick one up for free using the promo codes. And thanks for watching. Bye.